Friends, I'm just warning in advance, we are not talking about any anime news this week. I know there have been some big things that dropped, including a new shoujo anime, but we're gonna wait. There's some manga things that we need to talk about, and I just planned for this whole video to be dedicated to manga, and manhwa as well. Hello friends, happy Monday. So very excited that you're here. We're going to be starting this manga news video off actually with manhwa news. Y'all, it has been over a year since Yen Press / Eyes Press licensed Marriage of Convenience. It was at the same time of My Secretly Hot Husband during that license announcement. There has been no news. None. Nada. And I'm just like, please. I read some of this digitally. Now I'm going to just put this forewarning, this caveat right here, or insert. I didn't know at the time that I promoted Marriage of Convenience in a much earlier previous reading wrap-up. There are two different versions. You have the SFW version and the NSFW version. I've only read the SFW version, but I do know that the steamier version or the mature version is available on Tapas, which I believe is what the platform is on. So as an FYI, they have both. I'm pretty confident to say all of this information. We finally have an announcement from Eyes Press saying Marriage of Convenience is up for pre-order and it is coming out in September. I'm so excited. I have been waiting. And what I was going to say before is that I read the first three. No. I read more than three. I wish I had my reading journal, my old one, because I have it marked down. I read about 15 chapters, 10 chapters of this. I loved it. It's very different. I forget the main girl's Bianca. She is such a strong and fierce heroine, and it's very interesting to see her sort of have a second chance. Time rewinds because she ends up dying like in the first chapter. She wants to do things different and avoid the horrible life that she had leading up to this point. So she's like, to make my husband, not make him, or make him I should say, but to change things, I'm going to love my husband better and I want to get pregnant, which is the sort of bizarre way of going about things. But I really loved how she has the second chance and things that she does. Like when there's something that happens with a servant and she literally takes this whip or this bar, something that would have been to hit the servant. She doesn't. She hits her head until it bleeds. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I loved what I read and I have been eagerly anticipating because I stopped reading digitally at that time so I could read this physically. My time is coming this September. Very, very excited. I didn't know where to put the manhwa news, honestly. This is the only one I have that I wanted to feature. I was like, we're going to push it to the beginning because this is my #1 most exciting English related news that we got. But for the Japanese related news, my biggest win, y'all, we got the cover of Magical Girl Dandelion, the Japanese cover, I should say. Hopefully Viz Senpai sometime this year, they're gonna give us a physical license. Look at this cover! Look how awesome it looks. I'm so excited. Coming out in April this month in Japan. It looks awesome. It looks incredible. I am seated. Not only that, but there's now an official Magical Girl Dandelion X/Twitter account. So if you want to keep up with news on Magical Girl Dandelion, that X account is definitely your go-to. I have been keeping up with it and they've been posting a variety of art. They are even mentioning, sharing some exclusive goodies you can get if you order in Japan. Oh, it is just such a wonderful time to be a fan of this series and I'm loving all of the hype and the excitement. I really hope that Viz is paying attention and they're like, okay, we're just waiting for it to be officially on Japan so we can get that physical license for English readers. Like, please, please, please. Rewinding a little bit though, let's go back to English related manga news. Last of the Chance of Delinquent had a new chapter that dropped and oh my goodness, I didn't even know I have been caught up binge reading Tamon's B-side. Got to the end of volume 5. That was the last volume I had for my library because volume 6 and 7 are on order, and while I could wait for them to like be available, it takes 6+ months for me to be able to check it out because I'm not an in-county member. And I said no, so I did an emergency order on Amazon this past weekend and I'm waiting for those copies to arrive as filming this video. So I say that ramble aside because I was so glummy and grumpy that I didn't have any more to read. I go to check K-Manga just to get my points, and what do I see? That Glass of the Chance of Delinquent has a new episode or new chapter, excuse me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. So of course I had had to read it ASAP, my heart felt a lot better. But man, what was up with that cliffhanger, y'all? What was up with that? Like, oh my goodness, I need the next one ASAP. Really enjoyed this chapter. Actually reread it before filming this video because I love these characters so very much and it was wonderful. Momo, I really feel like is showing some growth from how she was at the beginning to how she is right now in this chapter specifically. I'm all here for it. Poor Ichikura. Really hope things are going to be okay because I really feel like the tension is just amping up when it comes to this series and I'm totally seated. Now, if you're like me and you love merch and you need some more merch in your life because I feel like everybody needs more merch, honestly, you can never have enough of it. That's just my personal opinion. Well, CrunchyRoll has your back. They are continuing to do their celebration of the 20th anniversary of Shoujobi by having more badges available. We talked about a few weeks ago how they had Yawn of the Dawn. If you ordered any Yawn of the Dawn volume, not pre-ordered, but just ordered, then you could get a free Yawn of the Dawn badge. Well, they're doing that again, but this time either you can get Kakuriyo, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, you can get a pin of our guy here, or you can get a pin of the King's Beast. Long as you just order one of these volumes from one of these series, remember, not pre-order, but actually in stock order, you get a free pin / badge. And I'm just like, if I didn't already have all of Kakuriyo, I would totally get up on that because out of any manga right now that I know that's vividly coming to mind that I don't have any merch represent in my collection is Kakuriyo Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. And I'm like, I would love to get this pen, but I don't need any more volumes. I'm caught up. So if you are not caught up, or maybe you just don't mind double dipping, this is your time to shine and get either yourself a Kakuriyo badge or the King's Beast badge, or get both of them. I really love how the community on Twitter sometimes, where they just hunt Amazon and they find these listings and they're like, oh, hey, by the way, this publisher licensed this manga and we're finding out because of this listing on Amazon. That is exactly what happened with I think it's called Kana is the name of the manga publisher. They're fairly new. I think they just debuted last year. Well, guess what? They licensed City Hunter and Cat's Eye, two very, I think, prestigious and older series. And I think maybe, I don't know if it's the first time license in English, but they are coming back as a 3-in-1 omnibus. And wow, this I feel like is such huge news. I know Cat's Eye is very beloved because of the old anime. We are getting a reboot of it. I believe it's coming from Disney Plus at some point. And shout out to Belle Mars because she even shared what the official blurb says on Amazon, which I didn't look. I was just like, oh my goodness, Cat's Eye in 2025, like whoa. But she had shared a screenshot of how, yeah, they confirm it's gonna be a 3-in-1 omnibus. Also, that's gonna have the original art, should have been a given, but it's gonna include a 6-page full color insert. And I'm like, what? Colored art? Like really surprised. But if you've been interested in either of these series and if they've ever been in English and you don't want to hunt down those out of print volumes, now is your time. Like, I'm really excited for everybody who has been wanting Cat's Eye or City Hunter. I honestly have been very curious about Cat's Eye. I don't know if I'm going to get the volume or not, but I am intrigued. I am very intrigued. Talking about out of print series, we know that Dempa licensed They Were 11. We know there have been so many delays, but do you know what Dempa said this past weekend, or like this past Thursday, Friday? They have They Were 11 in their warehouse and it is set to start shipping. Yes, that means we should be getting They Were 11 this month. What a win. Though Dempa mentions right here, we'll likely only get one printing of this, 2 max given how costs are these days. So get them while they're hot. So if you have not pre-ordered this, get that pre-order in as soon as you can, or go ahead and order this. I don't know how many are in this printing, but if this is the only one, it's going to go out of print very quickly. And from pictures that we have seen and talked about in here before, it looks really good. So I'm glad that They Were 11 is finally at the warehouse, that it's finally going to start shipping. But let's go into a little bit of sad news, because the big one I even talked about in my most anticipated April releases, Veil got pushed back. Yes, Veil got pushed back once again to the month of June. I don't have the official tweet saved, but I know Deb, who was the person sort of in charge of Veil and overseeing it, putting it all together, that she did mention because of the things with Diamond and them filing for bankruptcy, that there was a lot of things that happened behind the scenes that we're just not familiar with or just know know about, I should say, that Veil unfortunately got pushed back. It got pushed back to June 3rd. Fingers crossed, y'all, that this is the last time that this manga gets pushed back, because I read volume 2. It's available on NetGalley. Go check it out if you're interested. I read volume 2 at the beginning of this month, and I firmly stand behind the words of this is one of the best manga licenses we've ever gotten in English. It is a phenomenal series. I've loved volume 1 and volume 2, and friends, I just want other people to be able to read their physical copies, either that they pre-order or that they decide to order. So hopefully very soon that there'll be no delays with Veil, and we will also get that and we can celebrate just like they were 11. Also, my Tamon's B-side manga just came outside. I just saw the person drop it off. I'm gonna go get it. Give me a second, okay? I'm back and I'm with 2 packages. Let's go ahead and open them together. Oh my goodness. Hopefully there's no damage. Like I said, this was an emergency order. I got volume 7 and our girl looks incredible. Oh my goodness. I think I read the preview of this online because your girl had no self-control. This series is so hard to like just not read or like to stop reading. And volume 6, this is actually my favorite cover of the series, actually followed by volume 7. So yes, after this video and I order groceries, I'm finally going to be able to continue. I will have a video review coming this Friday because your girl just can't stop reading and we need to talk about it. All right, back to our video here. As I shared, yeah, Veil unfortunately got pushed back. And the other sad news, and we'll talk about some manga nominees for an award. Diary of a Female Lead. The news came out that the next chapter in the Besukomi magazine, that the next chapter is going to be the final chapter. I'm so sad. Volume 10, I saw came out in February in Japan. So I'm assuming this series is only going to be 11 to 12 volumes. We do have it in English. I have done a first impression on volume 1. Absolutely loved it. Love volume 2 as well. And all my favorite series are ending this year, and I'm just not happy about it. I'm in denial about this information, okay? But just know that the series is not going to be too long. If you prefer series that are on the much shorter side, then this one might be your cup of tea or your go-to because it's on the shorter side. But I was hoping it'd be a lot longer, honestly. I really, really did, but that's okay. Let's talk about the 49th Annual Kodansha Manga Awards. I am so excited for this, and that is why there's no anime news this week, because I knew I was gonna ramble. I wanted to just gush about this because, as a minor spoiler alert before we fully dive in, this is the first time that I have personally seen for a big manga award like this, where all of the shoujosei manga were licensed in English. Yes, all the shoujosei on here we already have, and that felt like a huge win in itself. But let's go ahead and talk about what was nominated in each category. I think it was like 5 different series in each one. We have Best Shonen Manga, Best Shoujosei Manga, and then we have Best General Manga. The bottom of this article did say there used to be a children's category, but they got rid of it in like 2015, and they merged those into the other categories. But I really didn't feel like there was any actual like children geared manga, which is unfortunate because I feel like children's manga is really hard to come by, especially in English. So I wish there was an actual dedicated category. But to nobody's surprise, starting off for the Best Shonen Manga, Windbreaker. I am not surprised at all. I mean, this series has been on a full-blown hype train, if that's the right word, and it is deeply loved. The next one, The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, also not surprised. Also didn't realize it was nominated in 2024 and 2023. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I definitely feel like it has a winning chance, but Windbreaker, I don't know. I feel like that one maybe could take the win. Kagurabachi, this one is from Viz Media, at least in English. Not surprised by this one at all either, because I feel like this manga has just taken the world by storm. I really hope it lives up to the hype for everybody that's interested in this. The next series is Versus, and this is by the same creator as One Punch Man. I know we got a license for this, but I can't remember if it was physical, and I know it has to be by Kodansha that it's coming out. At least I'm pretty sure. I know it's coming, just can't remember when and can't remember exactly who is going to be the publisher. Next one is Orion's Board. This is by the same creator as Your Lie in April. This one, unfortunately, if you're interested in reading it, is available on K Manga. This next one, I don't know how to say it, but I do know it's by the same creator as Awashi. I have little doubts that we are eventually going to get this license. This is the one of 2 that we do not have available in English, or is at least going to be coming out in English. I'm pretty sure it's already been confirmed that this is getting an anime as well. But let's go to Best Shoujo Manga. First one, definitely nobody's surprised. How I Met My Soulmate. I know so many friends who love and adore this series. I'm definitely, again, not surprised it's on here. But for the second one, the Ayakashi Hunter's Tainted Bride, I am very shocked this one is on here. I feel like there was not a strong reception to the manga license for this series. It is by the same creator as Kakuriyo, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. I have read some of this on K-Manga and I really liked it. I have been undecided if I'm going to get it physically or not. The next one is Fall in Love, You False Angels. Not surprised this one is on here as well because it is just so well loved. But this next one, I was so excited. Reliving My Life with a Boyfriend Who Doesn't Remember Me. I love this series. I've double dipped on it. I gave like my original copies to a friend and then I went back and rebought the series because that is just how good it is. I will also mention that we talked about this last week, that it was in the Manga Awards 2025. So obviously like this is getting some attention, rightfully deserved. The next one, Gazing at the Star Next Door, also rightfully deserved. If I had to choose a winner, it'd either be Gazing at the Star Next Door or Reliving My Life with a Boyfriend Who Doesn't Remember Me. Both of these are phenomenal series. They're very different, but I love them. Now here we are at the best general manga. We have Under Ninja, and I know a few friends who have read this and liked it. I believe it's being printed by Dempa. I'm pretty sure. I know it's available in English, but like I don't fully know if it was Dempa or if it was another. It's a smaller publisher that's in charge of it. Ugh, this next one, I'm not really sure how to say this one either, but is a josei manga. In last week's video, when it came to those Manga Awards 2025, I gushed a whole bunch of how my friend Danielle has recommended this to me, and she's talking about how good it is and how she's like, you need it in English. And I'm like, we need it in English. Like, I want it so bad. The next one is Spacewalking with You. This has also been on a lot of lists for award-winning awards as well. That one is a very big deal. I would not be surprised, honestly, if this one takes the win for this category. The next one is Nezumi's First Love. I don't know why this list has the Japanese name. This has been licensed by Kodansha. It's coming out later this year. It jukes me every time. This is a Yakuza love story. It's about a young woman. That's all I remember, because I remember looking into it and I'm like, this story doesn't seem like anything I expected it would. So that one is coming. And I believe how you say this is History. This one I'm pretty confident is on K-Manga because I remember it was like a huge deal that people are like, whoa, I can't believe we actually got this, even if it was just digitally. I don't remember checking it out on there, unfortunately, but I'm pretty confident that was the other one that was a K-Manga. I say exclusive. It's a K-Manga only series at the time being. So I am excited to see who is going to win in these categories. Hoping Gazing at the Star Next Door does take the shoujo win. Very, very much hope for that. And I don't know, for the general, I want the josei one to take it all the way. And then for shonen, I really feel like Windbreaker is gonna take it, but if it ain't Windbreaker, I think it's gonna be the Fragrant Flower. Those are my guesses. Hopefully we'll find out the results. I don't actually know when May 12th, we will find out the winner. So fingers crossed that my guesses are right. I would love to know your guesses and who you think's going to win. Last but not least, let's talk about those cover reveals. And I'm so excited for this one. Plus Size Misadventures in Love. We finally have the cover and it looks so good. It's yellow. I'm really, really excited. Almost weekly, I have been checking to see if there would be an official cover on Amazon or wherever else, that there just be a cover for me to look at because it's been up for pre-order for a while. And I'm so excited for this person that tweeted about this because they put the Books A Million link and I have not been able to find this purchase link on Books A Million for nothing because I'm like, I want to get it when I do my next order because it comes out, I think, in June. And I'm so stoked. This is digitally available on Manga Plaza. I've read a little bit on there and I loved it. And this was such a huge win for me this year to get it physically. Cannot wait to hold this series in my hands. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. This next one is just so pretty, and that is Snow Angel Volume 2. I know I shouldn't let a cover influence me to pick up something just because it's pretty, but I really want to get it. Like, it's just beautiful. I feel like I tried looking at things with Volume 1 and I didn't know if it would be for me or not. If I remember the blurb, it does seem a lot more heavier, and I was like, I'm just sort of unsure, but I know it's a Childhood Friends to Lovers series, and I believe it's only like 4 volumes. Man, this cover is so pretty. I might go and honestly look more into it because the covers have all been really beautiful, but this one for sure has been my favorite cover thus far. Next one is A Star Brighter Than the Sun, Volume 3, and they look so precious. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. I'm so excited. I also have a first impression of Volume 1. Really, really enjoyed it. So excited that we have more of this manga's work in English. Definitely gonna be picking this up, definitely gonna be reading it, and I'm curious of what's gonna happen. Like, I just need these two to just fall in love. I'm 100% confident they're already in love with each other, but I need feelings to be confessed and admitted and shared openly with the other person and see that ship sail and everything just be great. But then, you know, we may not have a story if it was quite that short and fast-paced. But, you know, a girl can dream. A girl can dream. Last but not least, I had to finish with Haikyu because the omnibus cover, volume 6, has Oikawa and he looks fantastic. I love it. I'm loving these omnibus covers that they're doing for Haikyu. It's been a struggle, really hard not to pick up this series, even though, as you can see, I already have it back here. I got the whole thing. I don't need to double dip, but y'all, I wouldn't mind double dipping on Haikyu because it's just so good, so wonderful. And again, love this cover of Oikawa, and yeah, I obviously loved everything I talked about. Well, almost everything, you know. Finding a die with female lead and Veil, that they got pushed back, the other one's ending, like, that was not the happiest of news, but everything else, yes, 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 yes. So let me know, what were you most excited for today? What are some things that you're enjoying reading, or just some fun news that you found, or what you're enjoying? Let me know down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!